Good morning, children. Welcome back to English class. Hope all of you are doing fine. Students, look at this picture. Yes, think of few words that come to your mind and what do you usually find in such a place. You can pause the video for few seconds and write down. Okay? Please observe the picture very carefully. Okay, I will tell you the answers. You can cross-check with the guesses you have made. What comes to your mind? Isolated, scary, spooky, abundant, haunted. Yes, these all words seem like as if related to some ghost-like or you sometimes imagine, no, like spirit-like beings. And what is that you usually find out there? Maybe people keep over there grains or some agricultural products, paddy, tools sometimes, or vehicles. Yes? Can you guess what it is? Yeah, it is called a shed. A simple thatched room where it is usually found outside a house, not a part of the building. Yes, so today we are going to learn poem 3, The Shed by Frank Flynn. Please open your textbooks, page 48. Yes, Frank Flynn was born in 1906 in Sydney. By profession, he was a doctor, author, and missionary priest. Students, The Shed is a narrative poem. I will be explaining to you stanza-wise. Please open your textbook page 48. So here, I hope all of you have seen a shed. What is a shed? It's a kind of room, I told you, no? And usually found outside a house. People either store grains or they keep vehicles, tools, furniture. Usually unused things are kept out there. As you don't go there often, maybe the building looks very old and there are spider webs formed out there. Yes? So here, the poet was observing the shed in his garden, which was outside his house, and what he felt he is conveying to us through this poem. Let's check, okay? There is a shed at the bottom of our garden. So there was a shed at the bottom of the poet's garden with a spider's web hanging across the door. When do the spiders usually form webs? When you don't clean or dust them often, what the spiders do, they start forming webs. So at the shed of the door, he could see a spider's web hanging. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. So what are hinges? Hinges means the movable joints, of a door or a gate. When you open and close is called as a hinge. How are they? They are rusty. What is rusty? When they are exposed to the air for a longer period, what happens? Rust start forming. And creak. Creak means the sound made when it is moving. And how is it moving? Anybody is moving? No. When there is wind and when the door closes and opens, there was a creaking sound heard. How could the poet hear? He was lying on his bed and he was able to hear the creaking sound of the door of the shed when he was sleeping. When I am in bed, I lie and I listen. I'll open the door one day. So he didn't go there yet. He says that he's planning. One day he will go and open that door. Yeah, now to the second stanza. There's a dusty old window around at the side with 3 cracked panes of glass. So the window also is very dusty, where dust got accumulated. That's why the window is described as dusty. Maybe the people are not using it Maybe the poet was not using it and it is lying, the shed was over there in his garden. And what happened to the panes? You know, we already heard this word panes. Do you remember? The glass of the window is called as a pane. And what happened to that glass of the window? It got cracked. Maybe it split because they were not using it, or maybe somebody has broken it. So the cracked glass panes, with the 3 cracked panes of glass. I often think there's someone staring at me. So he feels that someone is staring at the poet. Can you think maybe somebody, are you thinking that somebody is inside that room? Are you imagining? No, I don't think there's somebody inside that shed. We'll see. Each time that I pass, I'll peep through that window one day. So he feels that whenever he's passing that way, he feels that somebody is staring at him. And again he decides that one day he's going to peep. You know what is peep? Just looking very secretly through one small opening, no, is called as peeping. So he wants to peep through that window and see what is there inside that room or that shed. Now the 3rd stanza. My brother says there is a ghost in the shed. So his brother maybe was trying to frighten him by saying that there was a ghost. Now what's a ghost? Maybe like an apparition, no, of a dead body, or a hallucination, or a shadow, anything you can imagine. So his brother is trying to scare him by saying that there is a ghost inside that shed, who hides under the rotten floorboards. So he's trying to threaten him or scare him by saying that maybe there are some ghosts under the rotten floorboards. Floorboards means maybe the floor of that shed is made of wooden planks and it is rotten. What is rotten? Getting decayed. The wood getting decayed is called rotten. And if I ever dare set foot inside, he'll jump out and chop off my head. So suppose he gains some courage and tries to enter the shed, the poet, then what will that ghost do? It will come out and it will chop off his head. But I'll take a peek one day. So he was just trying to scare, the poet's brother was only just trying to scare that the ghost will chop off his head. And this boy, he decides that one day he will again peep. Peep and peek are synonyms. Looking at anything very secretively or furtively is called as peep or peek. Through a small opening you look into it. Now let's come to the last stanza of the poem. I know that there isn't really a ghost. So here the poet is sure that there is no such ghost or any such spirit in that shed. My brother tells lies to keep the shed for his den. He's very much sure that his brother is telling some lies. And why is he telling lies? What is the need for telling lies? Maybe his brother wants to keep it as his hiding place, so that he can meet his friends over there. They can have some secret parties or secret games they can play. That's why his brother is lying to him. There isn't anyone staring or making strange noises. So there's no one, nobody is over there. There's no ghost or anything. And there are no unusual noises made over there. There are no mysterious voices also heard. It is only just his brother not allowing him to go to that place. He is telling him lies. And the spider has been gone from his web. And even now the spider is also not seen. That web before it was there, no? Now that also there was no spider seen in that web. And the spider has been gone from his web. Since I don't know when, I'll go into that shed one day soon. But not just yet. So he decides that one day he is going to go into that shed. But he doesn't know when he is going to go. He hesitates. Do you know the reason why he is hesitating to go? Maybe he has some fear. Yes, maybe he is fearing really there is some strange person inside or strange noises coming from it. There was no such thing, but he postpones to another day so that he plans to visit the shed another day. Yes, children, I hope you understood the poem. I am going to post the homework. Please check the homework. That's all for today's class. Thank you.